Welcome to another 6 a.m. sketchbook session. I was going to go ahead and ink this next page of sketches, kind of more character focused, but I think I'm actually going to color this morning. That's kind of where my brain is going, so that's what we're going to do. The markers that I have are a mixture. I think it's Shuttle. I think these are Shuttle, like they're water-based markers, and then Staedtler. And then I might end up using some Tombow. Nothing super fancy. Okay, let's go with this guy first. I'm using this guy. This is very basic drawing, so we can do some very basic coloring. I was inspired to keep working with markers because I colored these. I did not film it, but I just had fun, and so I want to keep on going. I'm in a color mood. It's been kind of a rough week because my dog was injured. She broke a nail, which may not sound that serious, but it's a pretty deep cut. So first of all, there was a lot of bleeding, which is not cool. But then also, basically the vet was afraid that because of the placement where the breakage happened, the vet is afraid to like cut it because of we removing most of the nail. Like she'd have to be sedated for sure. Yeah, so right now we are just trying to let the nail grow out, and eventually the broken part will like grow out. So, yeah, it's been a rough week. I'm very much looking forward to a nice little quiet color session to kind of tone things down. Today's Friday for me when I'm filming this. So I am looking forward to the weekend very much. I had some notes for what I wanted to talk about in this video, and I didn't review them before I started filming, so so here we go. I've been thinking a lot about why I make art, just a nice little topic. Because I feel like I have been making art for a certain reason for most of my life, and that reason doesn't apply anymore. And it's kind of left me feeling a bit lost. So if you guys have seen Avatar: The Last Airbender, spoiler alert, I guess, the scene where Zuko realizes he's been like firebending out of anger and like rage and stuff, and he doesn't want to do that anymore. And but when he decides he doesn't want to bend that way, he is lost. He doesn't know how to use his bending. I feel kind of like that because I haven't been drawing out of anger, don't worry. But I've often thought of art as like someday art is gonna free me from like whatever day job that I had at the time. Even if I didn't really hate the day job, I've never had a day job where I've been like, I could do this for the rest of my life and I would be fine. So art has always been in the back of my mind as my escape plan. Like someday art will pay the bills, and so I won't have to have a day job anymore. Someday art will make enough money where I don't have to work at my day job all the time. Art will make enough money so that I can pick and choose what my day job is, just stuff like that. So I've always had that mindset for art. It's gonna eventually rescue me. And since I got my current day job, things have definitely shifted because I actually really, really like my day job. I like both what I do and the employer that I work for. And I've had kind of a sense of relief where I'm like, oh, I could do this the rest of my life. Or at least the next 10 to 20 years for sure. And because of that, I have just felt like no pressure to make art recently. Like I'm very content with my day job, and I no longer feel like I need art to swoop in and rescue me. And I realized a lot of my motivation to make art has kind of it's been tied to that idea for so long. That like, it's my little escape hatch is art. And now that I have a job that I don't feel like I need to escape from, I'm like, oh, well, we can just take it easy on art. Like, I don't feel pressure to make art. I still like making art for sure. I still love it, and I still recognize like the good in it. But it just kind of feels like not such a big deal anymore. So of course, I've been pondering what would highly motivate me to make art if I no longer feel like art needs to be a job. I no longer feel like art needs to make money. So, so that's where my brain's been at. It's been a fun introspective journey though, because especially in this day and age of like social media and the internet, I think a lot of us get sucked into the idea that if you have a hobby that you enjoy, you must monetize it. And like, if you love something, first of all, it's like even possible to monetize it, which a lot of times it's not. So, you know, so it's been kind of actually really nice to think about art in terms of like totally disconnecting it from any kind of like career. I mean, I want to make art and I want to make it like a big part of my life. And if suddenly I could just draw all day, every day and make a lot of money, I might quit my day job. But I no longer feel like it's essential to my the wellness of my soul to make that switch. So it's like, well then, what are some wholesome reasons for making art? And it's hard because I think a lot of us, you know, maybe we didn't start out making art for like angsty reasons, you know, as a child, as a little toddler or whatever. I don't think I was making art as an escape, but art has often been an escape for me. It's often been a way to like check out or unwind or, you know, just some way to disconnect from the outside world and connect with something that was in my control. And that's what I feel like I've used art for so long. Not all the time, obviously, but a lot of the time. So in case you're wondering what I'm kind of like doing about it, well, I've been thinking a lot about why make art in a more altruistic, maybe that's the word I want, in an altruistic way, like it's not about the money or the employment anymore. But if it's not about survival, basically, if it's not about art putting a roof over my head or rescuing me from a day job I don't like, what I wanted to know was, can I figure out another motivation for making art that isn't tied to my employment, isn't tied to making money, isn't tied to survival, but still have it be motivating, you know, because that's what I've been lacking recently. I feel like it's okay if I don't make art because I no longer need, quote unquote, need art to serve a function in my life. And obviously, I mean, art feels necessary to me, but now it no longer feels necessary for my survival. Anyway, what I kind of landed on was this idea of making art out of a sense of peace, making art out of a sense of gratitude. Like, instead of thinking I should make some art so I could post something because I haven't posted in a while, and I should post because someday I might go viral. Isn't that why a lot of us just post? Because we're like, maybe this is the one. Now I feel like I can make art from a sense of I am feeling at peace, and to kind of embrace that feeling, I am going to make some art. I feel grateful. So to kind of embody or like embrace, really be present, to really be present in that moment of gratitude, I'm gonna make some art. And it's been really crazy how different that feels to make art that way. To, instead of use it as I'm trying to get away from something going on in my life at the moment, I'm actually using it to be even more grounded and present in what's going on in my life at the moment. I hope that makes sense. It sounds pretty deep and philosophical, but it's kind of just a way, just to kind of, instead of escaping, using art to embrace. Instead of escaping, we're embracing. So I've been working on, just as an example, I've been working on the script for my comic Dazer and Eleanor, and I was having a really hard time because I just kind of felt like I just didn't feel pressure to work on it. I felt guilt, and I was like, oh, I guess I should work on it because I have some readers who want to read it. So I felt guilty for sure. But I didn't feel motivated. So what I started doing was, on the mornings when I don't film one of these, I would just get out. It's a very simple composition notebook I got from Dollar General. And I would start off sort of with the thought, I'm grateful I have the chance to sit and write. And I would write, and if it felt like it was not going well, or not coming out great, or I wasn't able to think of anything to write, whatever, that's fine. I would still just sit there and think, I'm glad I have this opportunity to create, to embrace my creativity, and put something on paper. Like, I'm grateful for this time, I'm grateful for these supplies. Like, just take a deep breath and enjoy the ability to have that moment, even if that moment doesn't feel like it's producing very much. We're gonna do some cherry trees. And it's been, I don't know, it's been good. First of all, it's been working. It's kind of helped me look forward to that time of creativity a little bit more. Instead of feeling like, ugh, I should, kind of feels more like I'm training my brain to think I get to, which is very hard, but I think it's working. And even like this sketchbook spread, I was I was reluctant to sit down and work this morning because just after the week we had with the vet and everything, I was not feeling super motivated. And I was like, I just want to sit on the couch with my dog and space out until it's time to go to work. I don't want to draw. But I was like, how great is it that I do have this time to draw before I go to work, because I did get up on time this morning. And how great is it that I have these supplies, I have a room that is my art studio, like I have a space to make it, like, how great is it that I have even this tiny window, this little half hour-ish chunk of time where I get to just be an artist. There's no other responsibilities or anything waiting on me right now. Isn't that great? And like I said, it's just a half hour of time. So it's not like I'm putting aside like 8 hours a day, because that's not necessary. You can do this. You can fill a little, I don't know, 5x7, 5x8 piece of paper in half an hour. Maybe not. I mean, I don't know. It takes everybody a different amount of time. But on a side note, let me know what you guys think of this camera angle. I bought a stand for my phone, which is what I use for filming. And it's like a knockoff of the Moft stone stand, if you guys have seen that. I think it's M-O-F-T. And it's like a tripod stand that magnetizes to your phone. You can carry it around with you and stuff. And I found an off-brand version on Amazon. And the main reason I wanted to try it is I noticed in some of my videos when I'm filming like overhead, my hand blocks the camera. So I really wanted to be able to film from the side. So I got this little stand. We'll see if I like it when I edit this video. I'll go to edit the video and be like, oh, that was a mistake. Let's never do that again. I'd be curious to know if you guys have experienced the same thing where you feel like there's a lot riding on your art. It's really essential that your art does a good job because you have a lot of expectations of it. And I don't think there's anything at all wrong with, you know, wanting your art to be your career, wanting your art to eventually make money or anything like that. I'm not saying that's a bad motivation. It's just a motivation that I had for a long time, and I realized it's the motivation is not motivating. So yeah, I'd be curious to know if you guys have experienced that like pressure for art to do something to provide for you. And especially if it's been made worse by social media, because I do feel like that is a dangerous thing where if you see someone have like crazy success on YouTube or Instagram or something, you just kind of feel like, well, clearly I must be able to do that too. And you try to replicate it and it feels like you're doing something wrong when it doesn't work. So I'd be interested to know your guys' thoughts on, you know, what are some healthy motivations for art? What are some unhealthy motivations for art? Do you struggle to be motivated, and what kind of helps you overcome that? I would love to know. I would really like to know if you guys have ever had a certain motivation for art and then suddenly had it switch and you're like, what? You're like Zuko, you know, and you can't firebend anymore. Turns out all I needed to do was climb up the mountain and do the dance. I really like this style that I'm kind of picking up on with my water-based markers. And I actually kind of want to try it with like actual watercolors, because I feel like I might be able to take this like loose style to another level if I did it with watercolors. What's funny about this is I have like painted this way before with watercolors, and when I did, I was like, oh, that's too simple, it's not very impressive, so I'm not going to do that again. I liked the result, but it didn't feel like it was showy enough, you know? It wasn't flashy enough. So I was like, oh, I guess I can't paint that way because it's kind of boring. It's too easy. Which is kind of lame to think that way, so maybe I'll do that for some of the character drawings on the other side. What's also kind of funny is as I'm filming this, I have not published the first video in this series yet. I scheduled them all for like starting in March, and it's February right now. So I think this is like video 4 in the series. but none of them have come out yet. It feels really weird to actually be scheduling ahead. But it also feels really stupendous because this means, like, with this video, I think I officially will have like a month worth of videos ready to go, which is really, really exciting. I'm kind of using the like flat side of this nib to get those big broad marks. Kind of like the way it looks. I did it on my other colored page. I liked it, so we're doing it again. All right, let's go ahead and do the sky. Do I want to have clouds? I want to try not having clouds in this one. I like the idea that there's a sky, but the mountain, like, this mountain like rises above the sky. Just kind of digging that weird, that little creative cropping here. Kind of flow up there. Okay. Okay, so here's the page right here. So on this side, you can barely see it. There's some character sketches, so I want to ink those. This will probably be my next video. So I'll ink these, maybe color them in a separate video. I'm excited for this double page spread, so you guys definitely want to subscribe so you can see this. I've got four more characters to draw, and then I can color those. And here's some islands that I had fun. I inked these so slowly over time at my day job, just like each day I would have this next to my desk and just do a couple more details. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Appreciate you guys being here. Hope I was able to keep you company and that you were able to kind of relax and kind of meditate maybe along with me. Yeah, if you enjoyed this, don't forget to like the video. And if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. And if you're curious, this is the tripod that I used to film. And just magnetizes, the phone clips on right there. You do that. It's handy. So let me know what you guys thought of the filming angle. All right, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.